Joining us here on the show, we've got with us a very special guest today. It's the man who heads the Lamborghini business, Mr. Stephan Winkelmann. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
And welcome here in New Delhi. It's nice to always catch up with you, but here in India makes it a little special. What brings you here is also good news. We do have now a new store opening here in Delhi for the brand. So give us a sense of that. I mean, it's a change of strategy over the last year that we've been seeing. What is the plan? How's it working out for you?
I think this is the right time to come to New Delhi with a new partner, because it's about the quality of the partner which is leading us into the opening of a new showroom. So our strategy is now based on two dealers. We are looking for a third one in the south where we see opportunities, further opportunities, and I think this is going to be in the city of Bangalore.
In terms of product, there is of course a lot of excitement around the two model lines, but the replacement model that you mentioned also for the Gallardo, that's going to be something very keenly watched, possibly here in India too. I think a lot of your potential customers are waiting.
I hope so, because this is a very important car. The Gallardo is the volume maker for Lamborghini. It's the car which made the difference of our brand, of our company. And the new one is, again, a big player for Lamborghini, and it's going to be very important. And the customers are waiting for this car. And yeah, I'm pretty confident that this will going to be a big success, as well as, or like the one the Aventador was 2.5 years ago.
You know, the reason why it becomes interesting when it comes to a brand like yours is also because there's already so much that has been done with the current model. That, you know, it's pushed the envelope on performance. It's the latest iteration you showed at Frankfurt. Yet again, very extreme performance. How much better can it get is the question, I guess.
But this is the most performance-oriented car we have shown in Geneva, and I think that after 10 years, we did the right thing, because we kept the balance of the production without running for the peaks, but having always a good momentum, having always surprises coming up, light versions, open versions, two-wheel drive versions. So always something new to talk about, and always surprising our customers and the fans of the brand. And this is what let's say it's all about, because it has to be a dream car. It has to be something you are willing to spend money.
I remember the Superleggera when it first came out. That was a fun car again to drive. You spoke about volumes earlier and how you have to balance them. The one thing I think everybody always asks you wherever you go the last few months is about the Urus, where you might go with that. That's going to be a whole different ballgame.
Yes, I think so, because this, if we enter the third model lineup, then it has to be a model which is not a niche of the niche. It has to be something where it's an everyday car, or can be used as an everyday car. And for sure the SUV is the most emotional four-door segment we're having at time being. So I think this is the right choice, and in terms of volume, this will really make a big difference for Lamborghini.
But in that sense, because it is something so different for you as a brand, in terms of development also, would you have a different approach? You know, maybe more synergies with Audi, or more technological differences between what you've done so far and what happens in the future?
But for sure, we will use the maximum synergies possible of the Volkswagen Group for a third model. This is one of the key messages. On the other side, Lamborghini has not always been only a super sports car brand.
That's true.
The starting point was GT cars. There were the 2+2 like the Espada, and there was the LM, which was the first luxury SUV ever.
The question also being asked very often, and here in India, I can tell you a lot of your brand fans, when does that car come to the market?
In
I know
4
I
years'
always ask
time.
you.
In 4 years' time. So it's not going to be before 2017.
What is the rationale behind that? Now that you have, when you first showed us the concept, I know you gave us the explanation as to why you felt the need to do such a design study. You've had the time now to absorb a lot of reactions from different markets, from different potential customers. Where do you stand on that today? I mean, how much confidence does it give you to approach this particular project?
But the confidence only increased after the showing of the concept car. But I have to say that our ideas were the right ones, no? Where the key markets are, that is a well-balanced segment all over the planet. And this is one of the key things we need to have. There will be markets which now are pretty small, which then are going to be much bigger just due to a car like this. And this is, I think, a good sign.
You're sitting in one such market, I think, right now.
I hope so, yeah.
That's the thing, right? I mean, when it comes to a market like India, not just the SUV, but in general, what is the kind of potential that you see? Because we've heard this for so many years now that India holds a lot of potential. Yes, we've had economic issues, we've had infrastructure issues holding it back, but for the long term, 5, 10 years from now, do you see a very different picture?
It depends a lot on how the economic situation is going to develop, how these cars are going to be accepted, or how much we are able, let's say, to normalize the behavior of everybody in terms of the super sports cars here in India. They have to be happy and proud to show it, and for sure they have to have the opportunities to drive it. At time being, the 30, 40 cars is more or less what I see as an annual volume. A big step on top of that, at time being, I don't know, I have to admit. I don't see the big explosion coming from one day to the other. I know that there are enough high net individuals which will be able. I know also that a lot of Indians are buying the cars outside of India, in Europe, in other Asian countries, in the Middle East. So this is also one of the points we are observing very closely.
I wish you safe travels from here. Thank you.
Thank you.